Greetings, Diamond Star Squad people. Hey, it's Thursday and this is Krista, and I'm going to be making a video on charting and promoting and giving away your DTs and LCs. That's right, I said you want to give them away. So, check it out. We got Starbucks. And we're going to get this done. So, I'm going to go over the ranks and why you want to give away your LCs and your DTs. I know there are a lot of y'all that signed up just in the past couple months, and a lot of that is because of the Ruby bonus. So if you signed up anywhere from June, July, if you're still eligible for that Ruby bonus, that's really what your #1 goal needs to be right now. So even if you haven't even promoted to executive yet, you really need to be shooting for that Ruby. So these charts that I'm going to show you, you can find online. You can get them out of your eSuite. You can Google them and print them out, or you shouldn't have any trouble finding them online at all. Just print them out, and if you need help filling them out, then just get with your enroller. But this should kind of help you a little bit where you need to go and make sure you fill these out with pencil, because they will change. And no, I don't have a pencil handy. I'm using a lovely green pen. So let's start talking about LCs and why it's important to give them away, and I'm going to show you more about that here in a minute. But if you're just starting out and you don't have any DTs under you right now, you can just keep all your LCs, because obviously you have no way to give them to. My advice is to start giving them away once you have at least 2 DTs underneath you. If you've only signed one person up and she hasn't gotten her 4 LCs yet, if you're kind of in a crunch and you want to help her along, you know, say she's like 25 days in and she's only gotten 3 LCs, well then go ahead and give her one of yours, unless you just absolutely can't afford to run your auto ship. That's really the only time when you don't want to give any away. If you just can't afford it, then go ahead and keep them all. Otherwise, you need to be working on placing them. So we'll go over that a little bit more in a minute. But like I said, DTs and LCs, after a little while, once you get going, you need to start learning where to place them. And here's why. Alright, so my camera will not do the whole front back thing, so here we go. Sorry. Alright, so this is the most executive, or the most basic ranked. Executive is just somebody that has 2 DTs with 400 BV each. Now it doesn't matter if it's PBV or GB, just 400 in general. So say you've signed up your mom and your cousin. By the end of the month, if they're at 397, one's at 397, one's at 400, well guess what? You have not promoted. So you have to get them to 400 each for you to get to that executive leg. Now, if there's anything I want you to know about charting, it's that the most basic building block of charting and promoting is a qualified leg. What's a qualified leg? Qualified leg is just somebody who has 400 BV. Doesn't matter if it's PBV or GV. 400. Now, once again, the qualified leg has 400 BV. Okay, so let's keep going. Alright, so this is the most basic rank, and that's all you need, okay? Alright, Ruby, this is where a lot of y'all are, or at least what you're striving for. So remember last month we were executive, we had our mom, and we had our cousin signed up, okay? Now, say you have 2 DTs that you can't figure out where to place them. My advice is to always put them on your top line first. What is your top line? Your top line is this line right here. Everybody is going to be on this line right here on all of our charts. When these legs start extending out, that is no longer your top line. So your top line is just these 3 right here, okay? So you sign your uncle up, well guess what? Since you only had these 2 first, you need to fill in your uncle right here, okay? And then every other person you sign up after that, you can start giving them away, whether it's to your cousin or your mom or whoever. Now, your next DT that you sign up, you can either put them here or under your cousin. It doesn't matter. If you decide you want to put it under your cousin, then just put your cousin in this spot and put your mom here. Once again, perks of using a pencil. So, anyway, so you signed your aunt up, and she's going to go right here, okay? Then you sign your brother up. Guess what? Your Ruby chart is full. Now, your Ruby chart being full does not mean that you've promoted. It just means you've filled all these boxes, okay? Alright, so for you to promote to Ruby, once again, you have to start from the bottom. You have to hit executive first. That means your aunt and your brother have 400 BV each, okay? So once your mom gets to executive, you're getting there. Your cousin needs to be at 400, and your uncle also needs to be at 400 BV. So the easiest thing, what we like to do, is once these people get to over 400, you just check them off, and that means, okay, they're good, you need to work on somebody else. Now, this is where giving away your LCs comes in handy once again. So say your brother is at 298 and he just can't get past that. Well, if you get 2 or 3 LCs, you need to start placing over these DTs to get them closer to 400, because guess what? 400 is where you need to start building up for you to promote, because if they don't sign LCs up and their volume doesn't start going up, then you don't promote and they're not qualified legs, okay? Alright, now, once again, Ruby, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 distributors. Always for your top line first, and then for everybody else that you sign up, you need to help your other DTs out. You can give them to either one of these people. It doesn't matter who, just make sure once you do this one, you go ahead and give the next DT for this box right here, okay? Alright, now, on to Emerald. Alright. For Emerald, that's quite a bit more distributors, okay? Now, once again, originally you had your mom and your cousin signed up, and then we went in and added your uncle. So your mom, your uncle, and your cousin are on your top line. But guess what? You still have one more person on your top line that you don't have yet. So the very next DT that you sign up this month, you need to put right here before you start filling any of these other boxes. Now your mom already had these people signed up when she went executive. So she needs 1, 2, 3 more DTs before she can promote to Ruby. Your uncle needs somebody, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He needs somebody to be executive, and then 2 more people on his top line. Okay? Now, once again, you need to run your 80 BV auto ship and then start giving away LCs as you get them, because you know a lot of people aren't runners. They're not just going to be signing up LCs every single day. So as you get them, give them away and start helping these people get to 400. Okay? All of these people have to be at 400 BV before any promotions can happen. Okay? Alright. Now, let's talk about the diamond. Alright, now, do you notice anything different about the number of people on the top line here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, Emerald was only 4. Diamond, you have to have 5. Okay, so that's something you need to be aware of. Once you get to Emerald, you've got to make sure you got somebody else on your top line, or you will never make it to Diamond, because you'll be missing this spot right here. Okay? Alright, now, I'm going to use myself as an example. Right now, I'm double. I can't go triple, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm kind of stuck, and it's because I had enough people on my top line, but guess what? Some of those people weren't working and haven't since 2 months after they started. So I had to replace them. So let's go over the triple chart. I'm going to tell you about my story, basically. Alright, now, this is a triple diamond chart. This is where I want to be. This is where I am. A double has a diamond, an emerald, and 2 qualified legs. Sorry, 3 qualified legs. Right now, I have 6 people on my top line. Guess what? Half of those people aren't working. So, right now, my husband is diamond. He just promoted this past month. And then I have somebody else who's a diamond. I plan on getting hubby to double, but guess what? I don't have anybody else to go diamond right now because the rest of the people on my top line are not doing anything. So, out of 6 people, I just signed up my mother-in-law. She's right here. Okay, and I'm trying to get her built up to diamond. She's going to be taking this spot right here. And my dear hubby will be double. So until, guess what? That means I'm going to have this spot filled, and I'm going to have this spot filled. But until I get this one filled, I cannot promote. So, right now I'm working on getting her built up before I can promote triple. As of right now, I'm stuck. She's not even executive right now, so I have a long way to go before I can promote again. Alright, so I'm not going to name any names, but like I said, I have 3 other people on my top line. They're not doing anything. So instead of getting them up to diamond, that's where, you know, you need to be replacing people that aren't working, because you don't want to build up people that aren't working and give them a paycheck for nothing. That's like saying, you know, I've got all these employees that are staying home. Am I going to pay them? No, they're not doing anything. Why would I pay them? So if you're thinking about promoting, keep an eye on your top line. Always be at least 1 step ahead of the game. You know, if you're Ruby, you need to make sure you've got 4 people on your top line instead of just 3. You know, Ruby, you just have to have an executive and 2 qualified legs. Well, guess what? You can't be Emerald until you have 4 people on your top line. If you're Emerald, you have to have 5 to go diamond. Like me, I had to add somebody else on my top line, or I was going to be stuck at double forever. So, anyway, if you have any questions about that, just ask your enroller. If they're confused, and ask me or Hannah or Sam or somebody. But I hope this was pretty simple for you. Once again, the basic building block of charting and promoting is a qualified leg. It's just somebody who has 400 BV. Once you start enrolling distributors, you need to start giving away your customers and just running your 80 BV auto ship. That makes you commission qualified, and it will help you promote faster. I know we've had a lot of people asking about why you want to do that. Well, you can't just keep everybody on your top line, because you'll never promote. You'll never get past executive. Executive, you just have to have 2 DTs that have that 400. Well, guess what? With Ruby, you have an executive, and that person has somebody underneath them. So you'll just never promote. You can't keep them all for yourself, basically. So I hope this was pretty simple. I tried to keep it pretty short. Like I said, if you have any questions, just let one of us know. I hope I covered most of everything. That's pretty basic charting. And of course, as the month goes on, it's going to change. Maybe somebody that I wrote in there is not going to be executive this month. So change that person out with somebody else that is signing people up. I mean, it doesn't have to stay that way the whole month. Just replace it. Replace people that aren't working with new DTs, and then, you know, if something happens and they don't work, just keep replacing them. There's no sense in paying somebody that really doesn't work. So anyway, I hope that helped a little bit and didn't confuse anybody. If I left anybody out, y'all just comment and let me know. Bye!